is really good that you connect everybody, so everybody can just come on and really take a look at what we have in NH Global. So let's go ahead and roll it up now that we gave you a minute or two. And let me see. Okay, we're letting everybody know we're having a giveaway. And okay, so if you are here on Facebook, please type your name and your country. You are probably in any other platform, let us know. So okay, I know that many of you have tried Refine, right? Just say yes, I have tried it. Just type yes here in the chat. Continue typing your name. We're gonna be having a yes. Yelena has tried it. We're gonna be having a giveaway. Even if you've tried it, that's completely fine. We're still going to enter your name into our giveaway. And well, I am going to tell you one thing. Ginkgo and ginseng are two great, but not only great, but two amazing herbs that I think, in my personal opinion, they are, a powerhouse, both of them. And before I even go any further, I'm just gonna be very, very very precise that this call, and maybe those of you who are watching here live or watching on a replay, we're not here to diagnose or cure or give any like sort of treatment or medication or diagnosis to anybody. So if you're watching here in our Facebook group, I'm going to encourage you to type your name and where's that you're connecting. As I think I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I believe that not only are you going to enjoy Refine, because we are going to have our giveaway, but you're going to love it. Okay, so we do have our team that is connecting, that is actually getting the names from all of our beautiful people here on Zoom, on Instagram, on our Facebook accounts. If you're in Nigeria, I am going to encourage you that you go and tell all of your friends in Nigeria, or if you're from Nigeria, to go and tell them to connect, customers, partners, everybody, because we're going to be talking about a little bit of, our, Lumo as well. And it's going to be very interesting. So type here in the chat or type, here in any of the platforms, if you know what Refine does for you, what Ginkgo and ginseng can do for you. Let me see. Let me just, all right, I have used it. Maria from, okay, perfect. We have people still typing their name and their country. That's completely incredible. Yes, okay. So what do you think it's good for, or what have you seen that you have benefited from? And welcome to everybody in different platforms. We have people here from the United States as well. Hello there. All right. So what is it good for? And how, have you seen any benefits from it? Just type here in the chat. I would like to hear it. If you have a testimonial, open up your microphone if you are on Zoom. I would love to see you. If you're on Zoom, it's going to be really good that you open up your microphone. If not, that's completely fine. Let me give you a second or two. All right. Yes. Hello. We have also a person, New Hope Vakat. Okay, welcome, New Hope Vakat. Please make sure you type your full name, your full name and country, because we are going to have a giveaway, and I want to make sure that you are a part, that you are able to participate. All right. So I have the bottles of Refine here, and I have Refine and I have Enhance. And today we're gonna be talking about ginkgo and ginseng. And I'm gonna do a little test. Okay, before I do that, let me see. Jelena from Macedonia is saying it makes your mind clean, no more migraine, better sleep, an amazing day after taking Refine. This is a great testimonial. Yes, and the reason why it has two powerful herbs. And I want to do a little test, as I told you. How many milligrams? Those of you who are customers, how many milligrams of ginkgo biloba does Refine have? On Refine, let me see. How many milligrams of ginkgo does it have? I'll read, your testimonial, Lydia, in a second. How many milligrams do you know? And how many milligrams of ginseng does it have? Let me see. Okay, and I also have some other testimonials coming this way from Nigeria. That's great, and also from Italy. Okay, so if you know or if you don't know, we do have different, things in Refine. Not only does it have ginkgo and ginseng, it has water, of course, which is a liquid extract. It does have a raspberry flavor. It has potassium sorbate to preserve the freshness. It has a natural sweetener, which is stevia, and it's really good, if you were asking. Okay, so let me read here, and I want to tell you how many milligrams of ginkgo and ginseng it's contained on each bottle of Refine. So let me read. Ronke from Nigeria is saying it helps with perimenopausal symptoms. Okay, perimenopausal symptoms disappear within 1 week, and I feel more energetic. That is great. And Lydia from Italy is saying energy and sleeping well. Fola from Nigeria, I guess, it's saying it helps me sleep better. Yelena is saying it has 240 milligrams of ginkgo and 200 of ginseng. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. So if you're joining here in the chat, either on Instagram, Facebook, or in any other platform, let me know where is that you're connecting from. Type your name because we are going to have a giveaway. All right, so I'm gonna explain you the benefits of these two products. I'm also going to give you a glimpse of what we have at NH Global. We have not only Refine, Enhance, which is a combination of 7 different ingredients, actually 6, and we also have a powder liposomal vitamin C. We do have a liquid form of liposomal vitamin C. We do have a multi-complex formula, which is like a multivitamin that is for many different things, and it has collagen. And today we're gonna be focusing on Refine and the benefits of ginkgo and ginseng. So, first of all, ginkgo and ginseng have been used for many years, and one of the things that doctors in Asia use, you know what it is? And I'm going to sound repetitive, right? But they use ginkgo and they use ginseng. And usually when you go to the airports, I've been working in Asia for, quite some years. And when you go to either Hong Kong or Indonesia or Japan or any of those countries, the first thing you see, because it's within their culture, they have liquid extracts of ginkgo and ginseng separately. And those extracts usually, are sold everywhere, and they're very expensive, and people take it, just for general use, for general general health and wellness. And I really like him, and I'm going to tell you why. There's specific benefits, and let me see here on Zoom. Okay, what are the benefits? If you know the benefits, if you're joining, I welcome you guys. But if you're just joining, and if you're just brand new to this broadcast, we're gonna be here for the next 10-15 minutes more, so I'm not gonna make it long. Make sure you type your name and where's that you're watching, because we're gonna have a giveaway. All right, so we have Odeyayi from Egba, Ogun State in Nigeria. Welcome, welcome, Madam. And who else do we have? Just make sure that you do not miss putting your name and your country or city. So, ginkgo and ginseng, the combination of these two things is very, very powerful. They work in synergy, they support the brain, they support circulation, and they help with stress resilience. What that means is that whenever you're either working out or you are having a stressful day, these product or these two ingredients, and we find ginkgo and ginseng and refine, can help you sustain your body when you're having a lot of stress, whether it is because you have a lot of work or because you are having a longer workout. If you're going to the gym and you're just doing cardio, you're lifting weights, you're in your class, I don't know, maybe you're doing yoga, hit, you're doing different things. This is going to help your body actually oxygenate better. And while we're stressed, while we're either, physiologically, which is in our body, stress, or emotionally, we can handle stress better. Now, uh, when I was talking about it supporting the brain, it helps us with actually our cognitive function, which means, how many of you forget things? I do forget passwords, yes, and I'm young, but you don't have to be old to forget passwords. Thank you, Jabola, for typing your name. Guys, here, those of you who are brand new, coming into this call, coming into this broadcast, into this live, make sure that you have your name and country, because we're having a giveaway. So, as I said, going back to these, benefits. First of all, brain and cognitive support, which is the biggest thing that we can take from refine. Now, it improves memory, focus, and concentration. I ask you, do you forget your passwords? Let me see. Yes, I do forget my passwords. Who else forgets things? Well, this is going to help you long term with your brain elasticity, like the neuroplasticity of your brain, which means that you're going to be able to have a better response to stress and to circulation and to different things. And therefore, it's not that refine improves your memory. No, it just helps your body to actually have the proper connections. Now, it also enhances mental clarity and alertness, supports learning and cognitive endurance. So, if you're in school, if you're an accountant, if you are working with numbers, if you are doing different things, during the day, that you have a multitasking job, this is a really, really great thing. Uh, Awesome, awesome. So I have some testimonials here also, that the Jelena was forgetting things, and after using 3 months, she's better now. Also, Ronki, she says she feels the same thing. Jinko improving flow, especially to the brain. Yes, and it's not only through, like, it's not a placebo. It's actually working. Like, there are different medical studies that actually show how the cells in the brain, the cells in our body, before taking ginkgo and ginseng, they are behaving in a different way. They're completely normal, of course, but whenever you add ginkgo and ginseng 20 minutes after you take it, you start seeing in vitro, in these different medical studies, how they show the pictures of before and after, and it's clearly shown that the cells have more oxygen, which means that this is an answer for many of the things that we're talking about when it comes down to our benefits. Now, it also helps with the brain fog and mental fatigue and age-related cognitive decline. So this can also help our elders or parents, grandparents, and those who are on their 70s, 80s, and 90s even. There are some customers that we have who are in their 90s. It helps them. Why? Because if it's active compounds, it has ginsenosides and flavone glycosides, which means they reach the bloodstream faster than many other herbs. And these two, if we go into depth, I want to talk in really simple terms, because I'm not a doctor. Yes, I formulate our products in NH Global, but I am not holding a doctor's degree, and that's completely fine. We have our science department, which have research and development doctors and different people. What we do and provide is the best nutrition. Now, talking about the benefits, energy and vitality. Ginseng helps also with the ATP production. Anybody knows what ATP means? Let me see if we have any doctors in the house, any person that is a medical professional. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Let me know. Okay, Amabella is saying refine. Apart from being an energizer, it also helps to fight against bacteria infections like eye infections, and like a boil, it is effective when it's applied on it. Okay. Yes, Amabella, and as I said, we're not giving medical advice. People are just posting here their personal testimonials, and that is incredible. You should always, before you take any product, you should always consult with your medical professional, with your primary care physician. But yes, there are many benefits to it. Yes, it can be applied topically. Actually, there are people who apply it, as a serum in their face before sleeping. They wipe it off later on. There are people that apply it directly and topically, either for just different purposes of beauty, or like you say, like you see some people put it on for other different things. Now, you can also use it in your hair. We have seen even testimonials of people who after they have their shampoo, they put it on for 5 minutes, leave it there in the area where they want to actually have more oxygen, which is usually what happens when we have hair loss. We have less oxygen, and some men and women can have this issue. You can actually put it on your hair, you leave it for 5 minutes, and it can help your follicles to actually oxygenate better. And therefore, there are many benefits. You can see that your hair is shinier and things like that. You don't apply much, maybe a dropper a week or every other day is great. There's people that have seen results, and yes, it can be applied topically. Now, it improves oxygenation. Talking about the ATP production, I'm sorry, what is ATP production? If you do not know what that is, I'm going to explain you. That is the energy. That is energy in our cells. So if you are struggling with having energy, struggling, whenever you wake up and you're like, you know what, I wish, I was feeling better. I wish, I will, have more stamina. When I wake up, I just feel like if I'm dragging. If that's you, these might help you. It's really good. Also, Alexander in Facebook is telling me it relieves anxiety. Yes. And we also have Sanya from Facebook. Thank you guys for being here and for participating. Make sure that you type your name and your country also on Facebook, because our team is looking for you, is looking for those people who are here in our broadcast on any of our platforms. And we want to make sure that you participate. So going back, to the benefits. Let me see. Yes, no more questions. All right, so let's go back to the benefits. Circulation. It can help you with the blood flow, as I was telling you, especially in the brain. Helps with oxygen and nutrients that reaches all of our tissues efficiently. But as I was saying, specifically our brain. Supports, our body to have better circulation. So if you're constantly cold, if your hands are cold, your feet are cold, especially right now when we're still just going through winter, these can help you with the cardiovascular health, with the circulation. It may assist with headaches that are linked to poor circulation. So I'm not saying that you're going to replace these with any medication, no, but we have seen that not only through medical studies but also through different experiences, people can actually feel that they don't have as much pain, when it's linked to a poor circulation in the brain. Also, improve stamina without the caffeine like crashes. Like, I love coffee, but if I drink more than 2 or 3 cups, I start shaking. So this is amazing because you don't shake, but you have your stamina. You're on, especially if you like to work out. This is a great product because it can improve your oxygen. Therefore, you can do more exercise and you don't get tired. You don't have, the crash and things like that. It is also really good for people who have chronic stress, or they're simply just burned out because of work or their personal life. It helps really good to give an ease when it comes down to a lot of stress. You can actually feel that you can feel better, like Alexander was saying, and many other people, that helps with anxiety and things like that. It is especially, ginseng is an adaptogen, which helps the body adapt to stress, and it supports the emotional balance and resilience. Ginkgo may help with anxiety related to poor circulation in the brain. So, yes, there are people saying, well, I feel better. I'm usually anxious, but it's not that you're anxious just because you have a condition, but maybe it's because you don't have proper circulation to your brain. So it might be a good thing that alongside you treating your condition with your doctor, that you use food supplements, like what we have. There are many other supplements, but today we are explaining the benefits of Refine. It also helps with sensory and neurological support. Ginkgo is often used for tinnitus, which it's like a condition that some people hear like a little noise. It helps with this, helps with dizziness, with vertigo, and with inner ear circulation. So usually tinnitus is closely related to lack of oxygen, lack of circulation. And it also is a very great help with having anti-inflammatory effects. Ginkgo and ginseng actually neutralize free radicals in our brain and our blood vessels. So they support long-term brain aging protection. So if you're on your 50s, you're in your 60s, well, if you're not there yet, you still need to consider it. If you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you need to think about aging with grace, because these two herbs support long-term brain aging protection. So it means that yes, we're going to age, but it's gonna be with grace. It's gonna be in a more in a slower way. Yes. Okay. It also may reduce inflammation related to stress and to neurodegeneration, which means all of us, like, if you have a brain, if you're here, well, you have a brain, of course. We have, different things that happen to our neurons. And as we are walking through life, eventually we know that we can have a better outcome if we take food supplements, if we actually take care of ourselves properly in a daily basis. Okay, any questions? Let me see before, because we're gonna go to our giveaway very soon, and I'm gonna explain all of the things that we have in NH Global. And before we go, I'm gonna end up with this. Refine, which has ginseng, may help you with metabolic and cardiovascular support, which means, we talk about the brain, the stress, the anxiety, the aging, the neurons, the circulation, and the tinnitus, and all of those things. But more than anything, it can, and we also talk about the hair and the beauty and how it can help your hair to your follicles and your hair to actually be stimulated and things. It can also help you with metabolic and cardiovascular support, which means you can maintain a healthy blood vessel, system and elasticity. It supports good glucose metabolism, especially ginseng, and it complements the heart brain axis health, which means your brain and your heart, they're connected, and it supports that synergy and connection to help you feel better, which means, what does that mean for me, Danny? Well, if you're prone like me, I'm young, I'm healthy, but I'm prone to have diabetes. I am a candidate for different treatments. That's what they told me at the doctor. But you know what? I have decided, with the guidance of my doctor, to actually have a good diet and to exercise, which is that we recommend to everybody, not just taking products. Because if you don't eat well and if you don't take care of your body, if you don't sleep, you don't have a good regulation of your emotions, you are not having proper nutrition, it does not matter how many products in the world you take if you're not going to do well. So from my side, I think that the most important thing that you could do for your body is to have a good sleep, to take care of it in on its entirety, not just only with products, which is great that you try your products, but what if we have everything, right? But when it comes down to our heart health, as I was telling you, I have been a candidate for different treatments, and I have opted out for health and wellness in the natural way, which means, I do not eat much carbs. I do not have a high glycemic index diet, which means that I don't do sugars and pastas or anything such. And why? Because I'm prone, because of my DNA, because of the how I am wired. All of my family members, most of them, probably 90% of them, have diabetes, and it's not fun. I've seen many people in my family have different conditions, from high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes. And that is the pack that we're inherited when we're in different cultures, like our Hispanic culture. Maybe you are in Europe or Nigeria, maybe you don't understand much of how different cultures have these conditions that are more prone to develop in different populations. Us Mexicans and Latin Americans, we are prone to this because we like to eat too much junk. We love to eat things that are not healthy. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy life. I love food, but you and I need to take care of ourselves. So with Refine, you can actually help your blood sugar levels to have a really healthy outcome alongside your diet. I'm not telling you that this is going to replace medications or diets at all. No. And it can also help you with good levels of cholesterol and your blood pressure. We have tons of testimonials of people that have gone to the doctor, and this is what I recommend. If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Europe, or in any part of the world where you can go to a lab and do a full scan of your body with the help of a medical professional, this is what I recommend. Go for an annual checkup. Even if you're already taking our products, go and check up on your blood pressure, or your sugar, all of your CBC, your panel from your blood, just to check how every single thing is, like the red cells, the white cells, your hemoglobin, and all those things. Aside from that, there's other things you can do, checking your vitamin D3, which is related to this product, which is enhanced. But that's not the purpose of the talk. But I recommend go and do an annual checkup. And maybe, next year do another one. Or if you have it in your means and finances to do it, check yourself every 3 months. Or, check, when you're taking Refine, And if you're taking Enhance or any other product, check the before and after, and you're going to see that it's not just, a fallacy or a fantasy that we're trying to sell you on, but it's actually something that is good for your health. And then you're going to get to know more about yourself. That's my invitation. But today, we're going to go to our giveaway. But before that, I would like to open it up for questions and answers, either on Zoom or any other platform. Let me see. If you have a question, please just type it here in the chat. I would love to answer it. I'm not giving you medical advice, but I can just kind of like answer some of the things. Maybe who this product is for, who is not, who can take ginseng, who can take ginkgo, which is refined, who cannot. I'm here to answer any of your questions. Let me see. Okay, so we don't have questions on Zoom, do we? Let me see. Okay, yes, we do have. Okay, no, we don't. We already answered that on Instagram. Is there any questions? Please let me know so I can answer it. Ronki is telling us, Refine, help with my snoring. I don't snore anymore. That's really cool. So it means you're oxygenating properly. That's really amazing. Any questions before we go into the end of our call? Let me see. Any questions, like when it comes down, who can use it? I'm going to tell you who can use it. From adults, all the way down to older adults. For children, our product is not designed for children. However, you can have a pediatrician give you a proper dose, because we do have disclosed the milligrams, and they will most likely help you with that. There are some physicians that are not so much into giving food supplements, but you need to find a person that is a medical professional that can actually advise you. Me as a mom, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but like for my children, I use common sense. Like when I give my children a multivitamin, I'm not going to give them the full dose. I give like half of it or a fourth, and that's my own discretion, because I'm their mother. So everybody's different. We have seen pregnant women consuming our product. We do have a disclosure that is not recommended for pregnant women, but people, who are pregnant have taken it. We advise that you consult with your medical professional. But there are cases of women who are breastfeeding that have been taking our products, which they have not had any issues. There are some children who take it, which is really great as well. And they have been benefit by it. And I'm gonna just give you a piece of advice. Any product you buy, even from us, NH Global, from any other company, from the pharmacy, our products are not here for you to feel like if you're a superhuman, or like if you take it right now and in 5 minutes you're supposed to feel something, or in 3 days you're supposed to grow more hair, or you're supposed to feel like you're flying or anything strange. No, our products act differently, like any medication. Like if you ask any person that is under a treatment with medications, even when they take the same dose, their body is going to do different things. The same thing goes for, herbal products. Your body might feel something, you might not feel anything at all. You might not feel anything, but that does not mean that you're not helping your brain and you're not helping your body. So with that said, and if there's no any other question, I'm going to be showing our screen for our giveaway. One last chance. If you want to still participate, I would like to see it here. Let me see. If we have anybody else that wants to participate. If you do, type your name, type your country, because we're about to roll. Let's check. We're gonna be giving away 2 bottles of Refine, and it's gonna be really great. Let me see. I was just checking our comments one last time, guys, from our company. That's it. They were telling me, okay, so that's it. So we're ready to roll. Zoom, ready to roll. We have Okay, thank you, Piriena. I believe that our team has you. Okay, I'm gonna make sure. Do you have her? Yes, you do. Yes. Okay, so they have you on, and I'm going to show our wheel of names. Give me a second. Alrighty. Gonna have our wheel of names here in a second. Can you see it? Yes, you can see it, right? Alrighty. So we're gonna also have it on. Let me check. How are we going to do it? 1 second. Let me know if you're still seeing it. Do you still see it? Let me check it. You do see
Yes,
it.
we are
All
seeing it.
right, perfect. So everybody's seeing it. I'm gonna also show it here on our we're showing it on Facebook. Yes, we're successful. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's roll, guys. Let's make it roll. Let's see. One bottle of refined goes for Ilona. Ilona, are you here? Yes, Ilona is in Austria. Okay, Ilona. Alrighty. So let me see. You guys notated it. Ilona from Austria. Oh, I know she's from Hungary. But let's go ahead and do three, not two. Let's go ahead and do three. Let's roll it again. Let me see. We do have Piriena from Croatia. Piriena, congratulations. Let's clap for Piriena. Alrighty, alrighty. Let me see who else do we have here. We do one more, and this is going to Serbia. Alexander Lapadat. Alexander Lapadat, are you there? Let's do one more. Let me check. All right, all right. Do we do one more? Yes or no? Or no? Yes. Okay, let me see if
Yes.
Alexander's here. One, yes, they're saying yes. Let's do one more. Okay. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's going to be yes, that's Yelena. Yelena from Macedonia. So congratulations, my friends. Come on over, and I'm gonna leave you with one extra piece of information. How many of you would like to know and I'm gonna close with this. How many of you would like to know? Just type it here in the chat. And if you heard your name, and if you are here, I'm sure you're here. Let me see. If you're not here, man, you missed it out. But if you're here, type it in the chat. If like either on Instagram, on Facebook, or on Zoom, just say I'm here so our people can actually take a screenshot. You need to reach out to support at newhopeglobal.com, and you need to tell them that you are a winner. I hope you took a screenshot. If not, we have the video on our New Hope Global Wellness group and on YouTube. The video of the giveaway is not on Instagram, but you will be able to see your name on those other platforms. I suggest that you take also Piriana's here. Okay, Ronk is here also. Oh, amazing. Yes, but only if you won. If you didn't win, of course it's nothing's gonna happen. But I'm gonna leave you with this. How many of you want to know what's inside of Lumo? Let me see. Let me check. Oyebola, you want to know? Jellica, well, this is a product only for Nigeria, okay? But, I'm going to give you the dough, the main thing. 1 second. Let me just make sure that our team has everything. All right, they do. And all right, yes, it has ashwagandha. And what else? It has Ashwagandha. And what else? Those of you who are Nigerian, let me see. What else does it have? Like it has ginkgo, ginseng, ashwagandha, and moringa. Yes, that's absolutely right. So this product, even though is similar to Refine, is not the same. It's not the same at all, because whenever you have the combination of other things added to ginkgo and ginseng, the purpose it's changes not much, but I will say yes, it's a different product. You can still take ginkgo and ginseng, which is Refined, and Lumo, but if you're just taking Lumo, you'll be okay. Might not have the same things, the same concentrations, but it is for the same purpose. Now, the combination of ginkgo, ginseng, ashwagandha, and moringa have the following. It helps you with brain energy, yes, stress control, but it has one added thing to it, which is cellular nutrition and high performance. So whenever you have, yes, the components of Refine, but now we have Lumo, Lumo can help you with the cellular, support of your body. Not only can you get clarity and all of these things that I was talking about, but you will have no adrenal crash. Do you know what the adrenal crash is? Just be honest. Let's say no. But adrenal crash is whenever we are overworked for years. Maybe you have been, working in a factory, working as an accountant, as a lawyer, you're working as any of these professions. You know what you can do. Let me just put right here. All right. Yes, somebody just wanted to come and talk to me. But anyways, so the adrenal crash has to do with this thing that whenever all of your glands are working. One second. All right. Okay, perfect. Whenever you are working on different things, and how many of you worked at a very stressful place? Let me see. Moringa leaves and seeds. Yes. Okay. Ilona says, thank you. Okay. How many of you have ever felt like, not only, tired, stressed, but, you're overworked, and whenever you're trying to get better after, I don't know, maybe you have a cold, or maybe some of you are trying to conceive and you can't get pregnant, or you are trying to lose weight even, or having, not only energy, but having the ability to lower the levels of glucose naturally, or having a blood pressure that is better, because our veins, as we age, they get a little bit loose. So I mean, I'm sorry, a little bit contracted, so that's why we have higher blood pressure as we age. Okay, Lydia saying me. Okay, thank you for being honest. So one of the main for me, the main benefit for Lumo, more than anything else, is detox and cellular nutrition. As you can see, you have all the benefits from Refine, which is really great, but it can help you with detoxing your entire body, because these two, Moringa and ashwagandha, it's so great to have Refine, and I don't get me wrong, but whenever you are overworked and your cells are like, with no energy at all, you need to have a support of like, having your adrenal function, which is all of your we call them all of our glands in our body that actually produce different hormones. You can actually become tired, if yes, it's a very simple term. In medical terms, it's called differently, but I'm not just going to come with different medical terms here. But you're exhausted. Let's say that you're exhausted, and that's the reason why many different illnesses develop. And we add different things in Africa. We have conditions that we don't treat, we don't diagnose, we don't cure, but we have malaria. What else do we have? Let me know here. If you're from Nigeria, let me know those things. These kind of conditions can leave people while they're going through, like, confused in the real way, like, they're tired, but add to this that you have a lot of toxins, you are overworked, in the sense that maybe, I don't know, but I consider myself healthy, but I still have some overweight. And you know what? When you're like that, your body is pushing, but there's no nutrition. You can have a lot of oxygen, like with refine and things, but if there's no nutrition, it's going to be very hard for your body to actually come out in a better way. Moringa has the ability to be the nutritional backbone of your body. It's rich in antioxidants, amino acids, and chloroprophyll. And this, what actually does, it's like the support of your proteins in your body. So when your cell is actually, having energy, helps clean your gut. Yes, also helps clean your gut and things like that. It helps your body with nutrition straight to the cell. It's not only nutrition, it's oxygenation, but it's your grounding point for your adrenal function. So it means, we have all of these beautiful things that ginkgo and ginseng offer. And then it comes moringa, which is the nutritional backbone. It helps you with having the proper vitamins for your cells and amino acids so you can preserve your muscles, but not only your muscles, but you can also preserve, the all of the tissues in your body that as we age, we're going to lose. If you go and watch any athlete, which is on their 80s or 70s, you're going to see that they're very skinny. You know why? Because as we age, yes, you might have, some muscle right now. You might be 50 or 60 or 40, but when you hit your 70s, you're going to lose muscle. You're going to lose most of your muscle. And this is what happens when you don't have proper amino acids. So moringa is great for that. It's amazing. And one thing about ashwagandha, it supports the thyroid function. It supports, the ability for you to actually have a proper function of your adrenal glands. It's great. It's amazing. It's really, really, really good. So why is it good? It can help you with not overeating because you're stressed. Ashwagandha is great for that. It's not for weight loss, but it can support you while you are trying to lose weight. Those of us who are in the journey of better nutrition, this is great. So those two things added is a super great nutritional combo. So who is this for? For entrepreneurs, for leaders, for people who are creating things, for people who have chronic stress, also for those who are taking refine. It's the same thing, but especially for nutrition in your cells. It's great for that. It's amazing. For amino acids, it's really, really good. So I'm gonna leave you with this, and I'm excited about Lumo coming to the market in Nigeria. It's gonna be a really great nutritional product for our people in Nigeria and Africa. So if that's not amazing, I don't know what else will be. I think that more than that, like providing a great way for people to promote these products is amazing. There is a business behind this. So if you're watching this on any platform, if you're having education with nutrition, we have an ability for people like you and me, moms, dads, people who are students, people who are, accountants, anybody that wants to supplement, their income, or just take the products at a discounted price or for free. Ask a person about this if you're curious. But if you just want to take the products, just go ahead and just enjoy them and give them a try. You'll be very happy you did. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of my beautiful friends on Zoom, Instagram. We have people on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you very soon. Those of you who want a a bottle of Refine, make sure that you go to support at newhopeglobal.com with your screenshot. Where can you get your screenshot? Go to YouTube or go to our New Hope Global, New Hope Wellness group on Facebook so you can grab your name. Thank you so much. God bless, and we'll see you very soon.